I'm starting a new guitar. This one's going to be a small, well, like a 00 size steel string with figured walnut sides and back and a red cedar top. So these are the sides, and my first step whenever I'm building a steel string is to get the sides bent. So that's what I'm going to do. This is my bending press. I think I've shown it before. You can see that inside those are 200 watt light bulbs, and when I plug them in for about 10 minutes, the metal that covers the mold gets sizzling hot. So I have to select the right mold. There are all these interchangeable pieces that I can put in there. That's for an 18-inch arch top. This is for a Selmer style guitar. Here's for an OM size. It's a very handy press. So I've got the pieces that I need to make the 00 sized instrument, and I will get that put into the press and go from there. So this is 2 pieces of sheet metal, and after they get hot, I'll stick the wet side between them and clamp everything down again, and the wood bends to the shape of the form that I've put in. So now I'll plug that in and let it heat up for about 10 minutes, and in that 10 minutes I'll soak the walnut, and then I can get the side bent. I'll set my timer. Don't want to burn the place down. And there we go. Okay, the metal is sizzling hot. So it's time to bend this side. The side is about 75 thousandths of an inch thick, and it seems like anything between that and 60 thousandths works pretty well. Of course, I don't want to go too thin because then the sides get weak. So I usually aim for about 70 thousandths. Depending on the species of wood. Rosewoods tend to go a little thinner. maples and walnuts, I can be a little thicker because they just bend more easily. There we go. I'll keep the lights on for another 10 minutes. Let that sit until tomorrow, and then when I take it out of the mold, it will be the shape I want it to be. The first side is out, and I've got it clamped into this frame. I have different size shaped frames for all the different sizes of guitars that I build. Once the wood comes out of the press, it's really pretty close to this shape, but if I just leave it sitting out on a bench, it'll kind of flatten out a little bit. So what I do is just clamp it in and leave it there until I'm ready to actually start assembling the sides. I still have to make the head block and the tail block, and once I have those ready to go, then I can unclamp this. So right now I'm going to bend the second side and go from there. Now I've got both sides bent, and the head and tail block obviously are glued on. I keep the sides in this mold until I'm ready to put the top on, because otherwise, if I take the sides out of the mold, they spring out a little bit, as you can see. So it wouldn't be quite the right dimensions. That's true of just about all the woods I've ever worked with, I think. So I have a large number of molds of different sizes and shapes. I have to make a different one every time somebody asks for a different size of guitar, which is fine. So next, what I'm going to do is glue the linings along the sides, the curved lining along the top edge. That'll help keep this a little stiffer also, so it would be less likely to pop out. But like I said, the sides will stay here until the top is glued onto them.